Right, legends, how is everybody doing? Happy Monday. Let's analyze the situation here all together to see what are the next opportunities for Bitcoin. Are we going to have a massive rise here in the next coming hours or a big drop? This is something that we are going to talk about, okay? Most importantly, we are going to talk about what are the levels that we need to be paying attention here for a possible trading setup. That is the most important. That is what we want to do. We want to try and make some gains from this market, of course. Make sure to destroy the like button, guys, on your way in. We already at 68,700 subscribers. I really want to try and get to 100,000 before the bull run. It would be absolutely awesome, guys. Smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want more technical analysis, news related content, obviously talking about the world economy, different news here that I want to talk about today, guys. Also, something breaking is that Hong Kong is considering spot crypto ETF for retail investors. Pretty exciting. This is just another sign of adoption, another sign that another crypto bull run is imminent, guys. Of course, like a recession is imminent as well, but however, we could be probably kicking the can down the road for another few years, and maybe the money printer is going to go on again in 2024 because the economy is going to start, seeing some serious cracks. And it is an election year, 2024. Usually election years are bullish for the market. So yeah, there's just a lot of mixed sentiment. It can be bullish, it can be bearish. Yes, recession. No, not till 2026, 2027. Maybe we're just going to jump into the crypto bull run before there is any big major worldwide recession, guys. So something to take into consideration. Now, let's go through the comment section most importantly, guys, but I want to go through some different things. Obviously, most importantly, talking about the levels here on Bitcoin. It is still grinding up, okay? Here we got a bit of volatility here on Sunday, a big drop, a big pump, right? Bit of volatility, liquidation events right over here on Sunday, but most importantly, the price of Bitcoin is still in this uptrend for the last 10 days, okay? We're still creating higher lows. Is there a chance here, as we are in an uptrend, to actually test again the $36,000? Absolutely yes, guys. There is definitely a chance. Now, we are getting some resistance here. We did get resistance from the 618 Fibonacci here in the end yesterday, Sunday, with that big, massive pump that we had after that movement down. Okay, let me just get the Fibonacci retracement here right away and show you how, we were hitting the 61865, rejecting from this point, almost hitting a daily level as well. So it was an acceptable short position. We're going to go through here. What are the next levels? What are the next possibilities here for some trading scenarios? We dropped also exactly to the point of control. These are very, very difficult trade decisions. You need to be a sniper scalper here and be ready on the chart with those alerts to actually get into these trading setups. They're very, very complex, but you can see here when we do take a look here at the volume profile from the last 10 days, basically this consolidation, guys, you were basically bouncing yesterday to the dollar from that point of control of the entire zone. So yeah, very difficult trading setups here on Sunday, right? Quick bounce here as you were kind of in a falling knife. The only way you can long this is long the recovery here, not the falling knife. As you're getting the reaction, just jump into that trade and put your stop loss beneath a low. The best way you can try and attempt along on this situation. So what is happening right now? What is happening inside of this zone? What are the major levels that we need to pay attention for the next trading opportunities will be mentioned in the coming minutes, guys. Okay, so make sure to stay tuned. We're going to talk about what has happened here. What have we been talking about in the Legends community, of course, from this range. Something interesting is that we have bounced from the value area high of this trading zone. Okay, so we are above the value area high of the trading area. As you can see here, when we do take a look at the fixed volume profile, we got the value area high, which was a level that we talked about in the Legends community, where we possibly going to get a bounce from this level. So far, we are getting a $200 bounce. It was the only kind of scalp day trade scenario that I did see here that was pretty clear we need to remember that we are in an uptrend. So if we can jump into some long positions here on some retracements, we want to take advantage, especially if they are hitting a big support level, such as the value area high of the range, which is this over here, this price action. It is also the 61865 Fibonacci. We love 61865. It is the most respected Fibonacci level. Take it into consideration in your trading because it does help. It is very respected. We can get the wick low here from yesterday to the wick high, and we can see the 61865 bouncing beautifully here early this morning. Look at this bounce at 34,800. Take 61865 into consideration in your trading, just like this pivot low right over here to this pivot high. Guess where we bounced, guys, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it was at the 61865 Fibonacci here in confluence with a value area high, getting that beautiful, really nice bounce. How can I trade this? How can I trade this safely with very good risk management, Andy? Because, you know, sometimes these levels are not respected and we might slice through and I might jump into a long and I'm getting wrecked. Where can I put my stop loss? Well, there's always, like I say to the Legends trading community, there is the magic price action. The price action that is going to give you the best entry and the best stop loss, guys. It is no secret. It happens many times during the weeks. That is those small double bottoms, those small double tops. And in this case, we did create that double bottom right over here. You can see the price action attempting to break beneath the first low right there, creating this low. And then this low, when you are recovering, is where you want to have an attempt with your stop loss beneath the low to try and get into this rise. This is something that is mentioned in the Legends community. I talk about education. I talk about, you know, always the where I do see the setups, how I would enter, how I would put my stop loss. And that is basically this price on over here, price action, where we have the value area high. And I talk about, look, this is not going to be an easy long position because there's no liquidity grabs, there's no swing failure pattern. So the best scenario that you could get into a trade is wait for a low created at that level and then a second bottom. On the second bottom is where you want to have an attempt on the rise to get into the long position. You can see this right over here. This is just pure Picasso drawing on the chart, okay? But it also has, you know, a significance, right? It has something that is, obviously, it is backed up by technical analysis, right? I can do some Picasso trading. I'm explaining you exactly what we need to see on the price action, knowing exactly where to enter, where to place your stop loss, and have an attempt in getting this rise. This is basically talking about the value area high of the range and also the 618 Fibonacci from this rise. This does look like a bit of a diamond pattern. Diamond patterns are usually a reversal pattern. They're not really very tradable and very, you know, it's just something that was fun to put on the chart, right? You're basically creating here these lower lows, higher highs right there, higher lows right over here, and these lower highs right there. So basically the trading scenario, the setup that was mentioned in the Legends community is, look, you know, there is a possibility of creating a lower high here. However, it's very difficult. There's not big major resistance. Yes, 61878, but however, the best setup would have been wading down here to this value area high of the range and creating that double bottom, right? Creating that leg down and then the next leg down, and then that is where you want to enter the trading setup, right? So you have, as you can see here, that double bottom here internally where you can actually attempt a long position because you're entering in the second bottom recovery and you're placing your stop loss beneath that second low, okay? So there's a bunch of drawing, it's a bunch of Picasso trading. You know, I did get a bit of bad comments on the last video, guys, saying, you know, this guy is rubbish. And I'm saying, look, you know, hey, I am really not the best higher time frame predictor, but I do know where to enter those trades and manage your risk very, very well. So anyway, that was something mentioned in the Legends community, guys. If you want those daily updates and that guidance and on where am I looking for those trades, sometimes we can find 2 trading setups in the day, sometimes it is 0 trading setups, but overall looking at, you know, giving that guidance on how to look for those tradings and backing it up with technical analysis. If you want to join the Legends, guys, it is the 4th link in the description, okay? You got great content there provided from me. We also have a few coaches there, such as Sam and DeVault, which are just providing videos, information, education, possible setups, guys. Just like the one provided here today, right? Looking at, how we can look for the trading opportunities, what we need to wait for, okay? We only want to get into high probability trades. This is why you're here. We're going to talk about the next possibilities, how we can read the market, where we at, what am I looking for here for the next trading setups, right? We're going to do a bit of Picasso trading, see if we can detect those possible entries on certain levels, okay? So that Picasso drawing is backed up by real technical analysis, good risk management, and profitable trading setups, guys. As you can see here, something mentioned in the Legends community. So we've got a bit of a messy hair today, but overall not looking too bad. Let's go through the comment section first of all, and then we can go through some news, or maybe go through the technical analysis. I think that is most important. What are the next possible trading setups, guys, that we can find on Bitcoin? I personally think right now with the current price action, I mean, I cannot fight the trend, guys. We are in a bullish trend. What is very disturbing is there is a bunch of liquidity sitting beneath $34,000. Whatever asset that does create such an uptrend like this, and is tradable, there is huge amount of liquidity sitting at these higher lows. It's just inevitable that at some point it is going to sweep up that liquidity. We can see it here on Binance. We can see it here on many different other exchanges, okay? When we do take a look here at the liquidity sitting beneath $34,000, it is pretty intense. Look at this. Very highlighted here in yellow, $34,000. It's inevitable that at some point you're going to sweep that level. So what is interesting here, now that we know this, is, yeah, of course it would be nice, if you're in a short position from the 618 here, absolutely wonderful. I think it's a trade that, I would have taken profits here at some lows on the retrace. But if we were to hit this high, okay, there's a daily level here that did a bit of a front run here. We were just a few dollars off with the pump early this morning, just about to hit that daily level. That daily level is a close and open that we did have here on the 1st and 2nd of November, Okay, it's the daily close and open from the 1st and the 2nd. This level is very important. It is a very important level. It's a daily. We had a bit of a front run here, very difficult to catch, of course, rejecting from that 618 Fibonacci pivot high to the pivot low. So could we get an attempt in breaking above this level again, hitting the daily level and rejecting and maybe getting a crash from there? It is definitely a possibility. There is a disturbing lower high here. The only way I do see a possible trade from here, and it's going to be a little bit complex. You're going to have to be very defensive, okay? We got a disturbing lower high here for a possible, liquidity grab swing failure pattern, right? As you call it. So there could be an SFP from this level. So I would set some alerts here, just in between the daily and the SFP, right? Just because, look at this. It's just such a clear level, right? This level is a classic liquidity grab level, right? When you do create, a lower high like this in a downtrend, right, which would be this case, it's just a clear level for a liquidity. We have, something very similar happened right over here on the lower time frames, right? Let me just quickly zoom in so you can actually see the example. Now, it did reject from the level a couple of $100. Now, but it did rise. These levels are for scalping. They will get you a drop of $100 or $200, but then it might bounce. And if you're not quick taking profits, if you're not responsible by taking profits and knowing your levels very well, then you're just probably going to get stopped out maybe at break even or at a loss, okay? Now, just take a look at this price action. Move down, lower high, move down. This is a classic level to actually hit and create a rejection. So you can see how you hit the level and you dropped here, a couple of $100, right? You get the drop. then you rise, but the drop is there on the first attempt. So I will be a sniper. I will be quick. I will not lose any of my capital if we do reject from this level, right, which is a clear lower high. You might just hit the level and possibly get a quick pullback and then rise again. Okay, so it's just a scalping level for a short. Obviously, if we can get into some long positions, just like the one provided today in the legend, yes, it looks like it is better. We are in an uptrend. There's, you know, for the moment, as we are in an uptrend until we break it down, we're still trending up and we could still create, you know, hit some highs. So that is a level of interest. Basically, would be hitting the daily, getting a bit of volatility and hitting this lower high. It's a classic level for a quick little rejection. You might get a couple of $100 drop here, okay, from that level. However, you need to be quick. You want to get at the highest level possible. You are in profits. You want to be very defensive. If you're making a 2-to-1 risk to reward already, you cannot turn it into a losing trade. It would be crazy, right, to turn a 2-to-1 in risk to reward, right, trade setup into a losing trade, right? You would want to take some profits. We need to recognize that we are in an uptrend here. We are creating higher highs and higher lows. So maybe that, you know, pullback here to this range, you know, look at the chart. You are creating higher lows. If you were to suddenly get a rise here in the next coming hours and then a pullback, we need to recognize that we are creating higher lows still. So this could be a quick little scalp, potentially to jump into a long position, okay, as well. Why? Because you are creating higher lows. You are in an uptrend, okay? So this might be a short-term scalp. We would want to get into a hedge long position, getting this level, proven level of resistance, okay, potentially to bounce as support. So just say you are creating higher lows here. If you were to continue and break up this range, we have a possible shorting range if we do reject from that level. And we also have a take profit level here at the resistance that should be turning into support potentially. And depending on what kind of price action is created there, I would want that beautiful price action, right? That kind of double bottom right there so we can get into the second bottom. Just very similar to what has happened over here. Now there is a possibility that this is just going to break down from here. So what are the next levels if we do break down here, Andy? Yeah, there is this thing that is disturbing me right now at this moment. What is disturbing me? This kind of diamond pattern. It's not looking too great. This is usually kind of a reversal pattern, right? You are creating this, okay, scenario, which is a kind of a diamond pattern right there, as you can see, right? Now, diamond patterns needs a big, they need a big, massive volatile move in the center with high volume. This is basically what's happened. They are usually reversal patterns. So, you know, we would have to break solidly here beneath the value area high of the range where we did provide resistance. So the technical target of a diamond pattern, okay, and this, I would have to see a big breakout from the lows, from the support here, getting beneath the value area high of the range for me to say, right, this is looking pretty aggressive, and I would target beneath this low. But we would have to get a breakout. I wouldn't, you know, there's massive fake outs everywhere in crypto, to the upside, to the downside. There's big fake outs, right? You could do this and then rise like this, okay? So it would have to be a very solid breakdown beneath the value area high of the range with high volume. Then I would say, yeah, this is likely to get another move down here. If you do get a dead cat bounce to hit the value area high and the support level, you're likely going to continue back down. But the breakdown needs to be massive, at least $300-400 with high volume for me to believe that you are going to continue here to the downside to test this low and the point of control. But yeah, for the moment it is trending up, so it is in an uptrend. Let's go through the comment section right away. Say hello to the community. FOMO, be careful. Crypto fan, how are you doing? Short is less than 9 inches. I'm waiting for the 9-inch wick. How are you doing? Devolt, thank you very much for joining the live stream. Guys, if you haven't already, okay, I'm going to go through the comment section right away and, you know, see what the people are saying, if they're bullish, if they see a pattern, if they see something, and we can analyze it here together on the chart. If you haven't signed up, okay, to one of the best crypto exchanges, which is Bybit, guys, it's the one that I have been using for years now. However, there are some regulations. I currently can't use it for the moment, but if you can, if it's not restricted in your country, they have the best bonus available from every crypto exchange out there, guys. It is $30,000, which is huge. Now, this is a deposit bonus, all right? Depending on what you deposit, you'll be getting 800, 8,000, or 30,000 if it's a large deposit. Bybit, guys, for me, the number one. You got the link down below in the description. If you cannot use Bybit, you have BingX, which you can trade on stocks. You can trade stocks there using crypto, or you got Mexi, okay, which has the lowest fees out there. They got a great bonus of 20K at the moment. It's the one that I am using for the moment because I could not use Bybit, unfortunately. But if you can, you got 20K a bonus, all right, on Mexi. Not doing too bad on Mexi for the moment. The week is in the green. Managed to make my 5% weekly P&L. Not looking too bad. For the moment, only had a bad day just about 4 days ago. But overall, not looking too bad. Aiming for that 1% per day. If that 1% a day is not achieved, aiming for 5% for the week. Okay, realistic goals, guys. Don't try and double your account in 1 week because you're going to be using too much leverage. You're going to be, you know, your emotions are going to go through the roof and you're going to be taking bad decisions, okay? So have realistic goals, right? 1% a day of your trading capital. If not, if you feel like stressed out by doing 1%, you know, aim for 5% a week, 4-5%, which is very realistic, okay? You don't risk too much, basically. You get into small little trading positions consistently, right? So you can take good decisions. Let's go right away through the comment section. Greetings from Houston, Texas. Andy, thank you for your videos. You are the GOAT of TA. Absolutely not. I am not the best guy on technical analysis. That is for sure, okay? I'm wrong many times. However, if I am wrong, I try to explain, you know, everybody on YouTube and also the community. Guys, manage your risk very well. You know, the most important thing for me is the education on how to trade. Leverage trading is dangerous. Don't do it. Everybody loses always. I can show you track record. I can show you how this is very much possible if you do it the right way, guys. You need to risk small amounts and make it consistent. These people that are using, you know, these crazy, you know, positions and trying to double their account in 1 week or 2 weeks is just absolute insanity, all right? You know, a lot of them do get burnt and then they suddenly don't talk about it. You know, I talk about my stop losses. I talk about the levels, how to trade. And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. There are small amounts of your capital, right? Stay very, very defensive. This is why I'm not really a swing trader. I would turn a scalp trade or a day trade into a swing trade, but I'm not building up a epic swing short position, right? Like many other people, I'm sure that they do. You know, I'm not going to call out anybody here, obviously, but, you know, like those big macro bears, you know, there's big macro bears on Twitter and on YouTube. Likely, I do see a few on Twitter because I do read Twitter for news every day and I do follow some other crypto guys. And, you know, I'm building up my short position. It's like, you know, hey, this could rock up, you know, this could go to $40,000 or $50,000, you know, building up a short position. You know, they've been building up a short position since $20,000, you know, how, you know, you have to be heavily underwater and yeah, it's just not, you know, it's not a strategy. We do not know where the price is going next week. So this whole thing about building an epic swing position is just like, it's absolute insanity. Nobody knows what the price is going to do next week. You know, why would you build up such a position? Anyway, trade safe, guys. You know, this is definitely not the way. I used to trade like that and I got absolutely wrecked in the past by, you know, building up positions. You're building up, you know, a train ticket to Wreck City. That's what you're building up when you're doing these swing trades. So just with my experience, it's just no way that can turn out well. It might turn out well. You might be lucky, but yeah, very, very cautious on those positions, guys, on those swing trades. Why it's so hard for BTC to break this $35,000 200 resistance? Yeah, well, $35,200. It's very interesting to see. You know, it's not really a big major resistance. We are above value area high. We are, you know, creating higher lows. The biggest resistance that I do see here at this level that was rejected yesterday based on the technicals is the 618 Fibonacci, right? From the yearly high that was created on the 2nd of November to the low, you know, the rejection 618 that happened yesterday. We don't have really much resistance here technically, okay? So we don't have really much resistance technically here at this level. I mean, obviously the only resistance that I do see now is the highs that have been created the last couple of days. You know, it's kind of getting rejected all the time here at 35,300, 200, right? So, but based on, you know, the volume here, or based on, you know, yeah, it's just we don't have much of a resistance technically here that I can see. Yeah, in between the 1st of November and the 2nd of November, we do have the point of control. It's not looking at the session volume profile because that will give you 2 different days, right? And it won't show you the high volume node. So we've got 2 days of price action up here at this level, right? From the 1st of November, we got this chunk over here. And from the 2nd of November, we got this chunk over here. This is why in these ranges where you have, you know, 24 hours, you know, half from one day and half from another day, I think the ideal scenario to take a look at that level is, you know, basically get the fixed volume profile just to check the highest volume node. And when you do take a look at this price action from this range, it gives you this high volume node, even though the volume is very equal. So it's not, yeah, it's not really much of a level. But you got that point of control basically from the 1st, 2nd of November of this range. You got the daily. You kind of rejected yesterday with that massive move here to the upside, right? From that point of control of the area. I mean, this was not an easy short position, eh? Got to be honest. I probably wouldn't have gotten into that trade even though I had my eyes glued to the chart, you know, waiting for a setup. It's very complex. Possibly an SFP from the highs here. Yes, maybe would have jumped into that short, but yeah, not an easy short decision. The best one that I do see available is the one that I mentioned a few minutes ago here, guys, where we could rise to the highs here, and possibly, depending on what is created here, I mean, I would try and get in at the first rejection and manage risk very well, because you could get a pretty decent pullback here. I do see this happening. Of course, the reason why this is going to be a bit complex, because you will be breaking above the daily, and what could happen here with this SFP is that you're just going to get a small pullback, come back up, and just, you know, do a bit of this, because you're getting supported from the daily and you're rejecting from this high, and then you're blasting off. So it's a stop break even moment right there, very likely at least once or twice. This is the kind of zone I would get stopped out at break even once or twice. Very likely. Maybe at a small loss. We're just gonna have to see that reaction, guys, at that level. Manage risk as always. Don't build up positions. Mike from South Korea. Who's that? What's up, my crypto legends? Pegless. Good morning from Alabama. Andy. Hey, Felipe. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. How do you see bearish divergence in the 4-hourly time frame? How do you see the bearish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame? Is that on the RSI? Yeah, I'm not. I don't take a look at RSI. Maybe on higher time frames, it is kind of, you know, it's reliable. You could say it's reliable for higher time frame projections. So, but I'm not really an RSI guy because it's very lagging. I don't take trading decisions based on RSI. But yeah, how do I see the bearish divergence? Yeah, so we got these higher highs right there, lower highs on the RSI. We got bearish RSI divergence, volume divergence. You know, this spike over here had less volume. They're not good. It's kind of not good, right? It's kind of inevitable that we will, test beneath $34,000, right? It's going to happen at some point. Question is, will we get another rise? If you want to speculate in that short position, the shorting technical levels where you want to be in is basically the 618 Fibonacci from this pivot high to the pivot low. All right. So this rejection right there, this is where you want to short. Is this a good short where we at currently? It's not an easy level to short, that is for sure, based on where to put stop loss. But yeah, it is a diamond pattern here that is usually a reversal, right? So if you're coming from an uptrend, you would be expecting that drop down based on this pattern. However, yeah, shorting is not easy to short here at this level. As long as you're above this low over here, this is still trending up. It's still creating higher lows. So I think the best setup here for the short, I mean, was not easy to get into a short position here. But yeah, not easy. If you're speculating that this diamond pattern is going to break down, you would want to try and get in at the resistance lower high, right? Getting at the highest level possible. However, yeah, this ain't a pattern that I trade, but it's just to see what are the possibilities that could happen here in the next coming hours. He's getting squeezed here, and then in the next coming hours, we will see a volatile move. That is for sure. It's getting squeezed here with the lower highs, higher lows, right? And this needs to pop. It will pop in the next 1 to 2 hours, whether that is a volatile move up or a volatile move down. It's going to happen. So like I said, we need to be cautious with fake outs. It would be interesting to see this high, the daily level, yesterday's high, like bang and then bang. It would be absolutely ideal. But obviously you might just get one quick rejection and a higher low and then continuation to the upside. I don't know if it's going to be a fake out or a real breakout. What I do know is that this could be a great shorting level and you can manage risk very well. That is it. I know how to get in here and manage risk. I don't know what the price is going to do from here, guys. I just really don't know. I'm sorry. But we are traders. We react at levels and we get in with good risk management. So no doubt that if we do break down with high volume here, we got several lows. I would say that a short would be possible if you break down and retrace. However, I would also be very interested in longing, this low over here. Right, would be kind of ideal SFP. So that's something to take into consideration on that volatile move. If we do take a look at Fibonacci from this pivot low, yeah, we've got the diamond high here. So you can't take a look at Fibonacci here. It would have to be this high. We haven't got Fibonacci confluence here. Unfortunately, you might just come down to the 7-8 and recover. I like it. You got a speculative 7-8 Fibonacci bounce here. Getting you a pretty decent bounce here. Yeah, I like it. I really do like this level. And oh yeah, there's the main reason why as well. You got a Gartley pattern. There is a Gartley pattern here, even though it's not the best looking one, but there is a Gartley pattern here. This could happen. It's a little bit overextending, but there is a long position at the 7-8 here, based on higher lows. You're still continuing the structure here. You're still continuing the bullish structure. Higher lows here for the last 10 days. It would be a long that I would actually get into. you would clean up this low and hit the 7-8. And you know, the way you could trade this, and these are the kind of the kind of moves that it's a falling knife, and you would have to just jump into the recovery, because this is obviously, you know, a level where it just creates one wick, right? It only creates one wick. If you're waiting for a consolidation here and a reaction, you know, forget about that, because if that were to be the case, this could be building up for a movement down. These trades are like sniper. You hit the 7-8, and as you get above the 7-8 Fibonacci, as you get above it after hitting it, that is where you take the decision. You snipe a trade, snipe along, bang, just getting as you get in above the 7-8, as you get beneath it. And that will likely create, you know, a significant rise SFP from this low. But you want to get in at the lowest level possible, which is the 7-8. It's a setup idea. I mean, the good thing about this is you could manage risk. You could be aiming for the value area high of the range. You could be aiming for VWAP as well. You could be aiming, well, VWAP should likely come down here as you drop. But it's definitely a setup here that I would take into consideration. So VWAP should be climbing down if you were to get that volatile move down. And VWAP is a take profit with the value area high and this low. You would expect a significant bounce here of a few $100s. You might think that this is all just a bunch of what a bunch of drawing, right? What a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, but no. They are technical moves, and like I said, you know, we might just slice through this level, right? But if you do get the rise, there are ways in trying to jump into a long position here. As you hit the beneath 7-8 and get above 7-8 is where you want to sniper a long position. You sniper, you stop loss beneath the low, and you can get a significant bounce of, you know, making 2-3 to 1 risk to reward on that quick wick, right? You're basically looking for kind of this, right? You're looking for a woof, woof, clean up this low and getting a rise. And you want to be up in that trade. So there are ways in doing it. There are ways. And you always want to get in, not the falling knife, okay? This is something that is a classic mistake from retail, where they jump on the fall with limit orders and stuff like that. You know, no. You need to market execute here as you get the rise. You're jumping in as you're rising. You don't want to go against it. You want to go with it. So you're always jumping on the rise or jumping on the rejection in the case of a short. This is why limit orders is not an option, guys. It's not an option, limit orders, because you don't know how low the wick can go. You know, this just might slice through. If you put in a limit order and a stop loss here, well then, yeah, you could, you know, you want to speculate on that. You can get a limit order with a stop loss also. But I prefer market execution, as you know, it's much better. Right, let's dive in here. Continue with the comment section. Ethereum is bullish. Yes, sir. Hello, Andy. I am short position from 35,300. What do you think? From 35,300? Yes, if you are in a short position from here, that ain't bad. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. You could be in for a nice drop here based on a diamond reversal pattern. Could be breaking down now. Would be ready to lock profits if you were to get a drop here of, you know, $300, $400, $500. You're already, you know, it's already dropped $200 from your entry. Get ready to lock in some profits if you get a volatile move down now. It looks like that you could be in a winning trade. Stay defensive. BTC diamond pattern on the 15-minute time frame. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5-minute, 15-minute. It looks like very much. Smash the like, Devolt. Thank you very much for joining. Afternoon Legends. Mark Dutch here in the house. Hi from Canada. Andrew. Hello. Mark Dutch, thank you very much for joining. Really, I had my first Arsenal shirt in '97. Right. Lost a lot in these sideways movements. Sideways and choppy actions are the worst time to trade. Well, I have to be sorry to say they are the best trading moments for me, guys. You know, the sideways ranges are the best levels, the best ranges to trade. Salaman, I mean, for me personally, because you basically want to hit highs, hit lows, and you know, the ranges are like this, right? Sometimes you get a spike or a lower range or higher move or less, or you know, but basically ranges are, you know, these are ranges, and what you want to do in ranges is you want to short the highs and long the lows, right? So I really enjoy ranges, recognizing where to enter those trading scenarios, because it's basically hit the highs, hit the lows, hit the highs and hit the lows, and you want to be in, obviously, in shorts from the highs and longs from the lows. So I prefer ranges to trade. Why is every channel bullish? I love how realistic you are. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Michael, very much. Thank you very much. Why is everybody bullish? I think because we are in bullish structure still. You know, I do see that drop coming, you know, to below $34,000 at least. We're not going to talk about 30K, 25K and all of that. Let's talk about where we at currently. I mean, this drop could be a cascade. It's a classic level where the price, you know, this is a classic zone where you get a $3,000 drop out of nowhere, poof, like this. You know, if a $3,000 drop needs to happen on Bitcoin, this is the moment where it happens, okay? This is the moment where it happens, when you're uptrending, big bullish momentum, bang, bang, higher low, and then woof. And then suddenly everybody's like, what happened? It was basically the time that it needed to happen, right? There is a bunch of liquidity sitting beneath $34,000. So it's just, it has to happen. There is money down there, and whales, you know, try and get that money. So it's just, and what could happen is you could trigger a bunch of stop losses. And when you trigger stop losses, they are basically limit buys, and it's just like they all get triggered, and then you know you could get a significant wick and a huge bounce at some point. But you know, overall, when these drops happen, they usually happen with this kind of structure of the market, right? Big rise, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, highs, higher lows, higher lows, boom. So would not be surprised if that were to happen, you know, in the next 1 to 2 days, if that is, you know, it could be possible. Yes, Andy, I learned also that sideways is easy support and resistance. Sakim, yes, sir. I think that there is bullish. Tell me, what do you think quickly, please? I think this is bullish. What is bullish? I think CRV is bullish. Tell me, what do you think? CRV, shall we take a quick look at CRV right away to see if CRV is bullish? Well, it is hitting a major resistance zone. It is consolidating here for quite a few days, which is actually that there is a possibility that this is building up for a move. You know, when we SFP from a level, when we do create a, you know, if we do create a double top, I like it to be fast. If it hits a zone and it consolidates, it gives you a possibility that it's building up for a move up. Okay, so CRV bullish, you could arguably discuss it is consolidating at the highs. Big consolidation. No doubt that it's not a bad idea to try and short it, but you need a short every time you test the highs. So you test the highs, you attempt to short, you get stopped at break even, bang, you test the highs, you reject, you short. Does it create a higher low? Yes, then you get stopped out at break even again. And if it breaks up, then it's just like, okay, well, at least I tried to detect the high, because yeah, it could fall like this. And obviously you want to be in a short position, right? If it were to get the fall. But it looks pretty powerful. It's still trending up here locally. Very bullish on lower time frames. So yeah. Hi Andy, All I hear is blah, blah, blah. Well, get lost if you don't like it. If you don't like it, get lost. Simple. Hi Andy, love that your channel. I am using Mexi as per you recommendation. Will Bybit be opening up again to UK customers? I think not anytime soon. Not anytime soon that Bybit will be opening to UK customers. I believe so. I am obviously I'm looking to change residence. You know, I am looking to possibly move to another country, and yeah, I mean, this is why I will be obviously trading in on Bybit very, very soon. But yeah, unfortunately not. I love Bybit, been using it for over 4 years. Mexi is really good as well. It's a great alternative, you know, no KYC, they have low fees, there's a great bonus, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But Bybit has the best bonus, no doubt. Obviously, if you can trade on Bybit, you've got a great bonus down below in the link. Unfortunately, there is some countries that cannot use Bybit to trade on. Yeah, CRV is, yeah, it's in a, it looks not bad. It doesn't look bad for an explosive breakout from those highs, but you could short those levels. You can attempt to short CRV, but only at the highs, right? Only as you test the highs on the lower time frames. So it's not bad to try and catch the highs and just get stopped out at break even every time you test the highs again, right? Very, very choppy. It does look like it could reverse at some point, but you want to try and short here. You know, if you do test the highs here again, try and short the highs, because you will catch them, right? It's like this over here, right? It's like you test this high, you short, you move down, you protect position, you test the highs, stop loss at break even, you reject, you enter. In this case, the stop loss is quite high, but overall you come down. So you will catch one of them, but you just need to be very, very defensive. Dubai, only Dubai says make money. Yeah, Dubai is a great place. I've been there a couple of times. I'm going to go back by the end of this month. Dubai is really cool. It is actually a great city. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to see you very, very soon. I got a meeting that I need to assist at the moment. Not much more to be said, guys. I think it has been pretty clear on what I am looking at here for Bitcoin. The levels have been met. So possible trading setups right over here and right over here, right? These are the zones I am interested. If you haven't checked that out, check it out, guys. About 10-20 minutes ago on the live stream. Check it out, guys. You know, we talk about setups, reactions, how we can get into the trading setups. If you want more of those daily updates and setups, just like a quick long position that was mentioned today in the Legends community about this diamond pattern, on how we were looking for a bounce here with a double bottom to get that rise. Yeah, you want to join the Legends, guys. Legends is the 4th link in the description. I do post every single day here, okay, on different setups, Bitcoin analysis. We've got some coaches there that also provide great information. Not much more to be said, guys. We'll see you in the next live stream. Smash up the like button if you've enjoyed the content. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.